This is the last and final video from my Pluma playlist. This video compiles all the clips I took during her last few weeks. Can you tell that in most of the clips she's just resting? She would ask me to cuddle with her, and I would watch her rest on her heated pillow or by my side. She never was a napper as a young chick. She was always energetic and very vibrant and busy. Right before Pluma passed, we went on a road trip. I really want to believe she waited to go on this road trip before she could pass. Pluma loved the road. I can't describe it any other way. We were encouraged to buy an RV because of how much she loved to travel. She chose Summer to travel with us during this trip. That's another thing Pluma had never done throughout her 3 years of life. She had never made any chicken friends. But right before we went on this trip, Pluma became good friends with our Frizzle Sarama, Summer. She didn't mind spending time with her. She didn't mind snuggling with her, which we had never seen her do before. Once we arrived at our destination, Summer was a great companion to Pluma. She was with her all the time, and Pluma never seemed to be upset or bothered by her friendship, by her presence. They loved eating together and snuggling together. That RV was her home the last week of her life, just like I know she would have wanted it. Because I noticed she wasn't feeling well, I got some mealworms for her, and she loved them. Mealworms had always been her favorite treat. She had a hard time sharing with Summer, but she did. She let Summer have some, even though she had most of them. I was really hoping the mealworms would bring up her weight, give her more energy, and for a while it worked. She seemed chirpier and she seemed more energetic. She was definitely happy and active while eating her mealworms. Mealworms is not something Pluma would get often because of the fatty content in them. But in this case, I needed her to gain some weight. I needed her to have some energy to push out that egg that she had inside her. For those of you who don't know, Pluma passed away because she was egg-bound twice in 1 week. Pluma was less than a pound. She was actually only 11 to 12 ounces. Being egg-bound twice in 1 week was too difficult for her. During our trip, while we were on the road driving, she passed one of the eggs and we were very excited. We thought that was it and she was going to be okay. But soon after, just a few hours later, she seemed very weak once again and very uncomfortable. At this point, we realized that she had another egg and she was too weak to push that one out. And we had to face a very difficult decision. Do we help Pluma with everything we can? All the advice from her followers on the internet? Or do we just take her to a vet and let the vet do medical intervention? It was a hard decision, but we kept her close to our heart and didn't choose to go the vet route. Pluma stayed with us until the very end. She was my therapy chicken of 3 years. She spent her last few minutes in my hands. She was loved. She was kissed. She was snuggled with. She was told how wonderful she was. And Pluma knew that she was loved. We didn't want her to pass in the hands of Yvette, far away from us. So we kept her near us, hoping that maybe she would get better. But by the time I took this video, I knew. Her eyes were telling me she was saying goodbye. I will always miss her. This little bird changed my life.